I can imagine no more rewarding a career. And any man who may be asked in this century what he did to make his life worthwhile, I think can respond with a good deal of pride and satisfaction. I served in the United States Navy.
What is going on, everybody? What's going on? Retired Navy Rob in the house.
Yes, sir.
Why, guys, hello to everybody here. Thank you. It is Friday here. It is actually May the 10th. And today is our first day, Retired Navy Rob here. And on our first day on currency, we will be discussing nothing but currency. First, let me just stress a couple of people that are in Big Apple channel, guys. Just to guys let you know, head over. There's a link on the top or link in the middle there. Just head over to Retired Navy Rob. Give me 1 second. Shift kicker. What happened here? Okay, give me 1 moment. Shift kicker. Don't know what happened there. Everybody should be heading over to Retired Navy Rob, or you're more than welcome to stay over there at my channel. We will be discussing nothing but currency, guys. Every Friday, 11 o'clock, Retired Navy Rob and myself, we will be, thank you, Shift Kicker. But even though Shift Kicker said, let me just, she's actually in our channel here. So yes, she will be saying, yes, stopping here. Thank you, Shift Kicker.
Thank you.
So yes, definitely for sure, guys, if you are in my channel, head over to Retired Navy Rob. Hit that thumbs up over there, and if you want to subscribe to him, more subscribe every Friday, 11 o'clock. So, what's going on, Retired Navy Rob? How's everything?
Not much, man. Just trying to get ready to go back to work after my 2 days off. And
yeah, I hear it. Listen, today is my Friday off, so
yeah, it's my Monday.
It's my Friday. My days off on Friday, Saturday, so I normally have a good time there. So today, guys, we are going to be talking about obsolete notes. So every Friday, we're going to be picking up a topic. So normally we may discuss, we may be dropping the topic in the bottom, and we'll be talking maybe. Obviously, this week is legal obsolete. Next week, maybe silver certificates, legal tender. We'll be talking about maybe where a lot of people could also buy stuff. Now, of course, we have a couple of other people out there that do currency. A couple of people that we know, but great guys, by the way. We may, when they be dropping their link, or they may even be coming in here in my channel, or even in Retired Navy Rob channel. I'm not that sure. If there's are they sub to you, Rob? They should be.
I think Dan is, but I don't think Stu is.
Yeah. So definitely for sure, guys. Like I said, stay on topic because we're going to be doing a couple of things, and we're going to be doing a couple of little giveaways too throughout the stream. Maybe at the end of the stream. Sorry, that's throughout the stream. So we are probably just 3 minutes. I don't know, Rob. You want to discuss about yourself, about currency first before we start getting how'd you get into it?
Most definitely. Well, what's real funny is I mean the first piece of currency I bought, I was probably like 13 years old. I wasn't really collecting it then, but it was a World War II Japanese occupation note for the Philippine Islands, and I thought it was awesome looking. And I bought that, but I never really got into it until way later in life. And I was stacking my silver and I'm stacking my gold. And I was at the coin shop and they pulled out their currency box for a guy. And I was like, oh shit, let me take a look at some of that. And the first one I bought was a St. Johns County where I'm at. I'm in Orange Park, but this was for Jacksonville, the Bank of St. John's, and it was issued in 1858, I think. And and from there, it's just I fell in love with it. I mean, the art on the bills is just fantastic.
Oh, and they are absolutely 100%. So for sure they are. I mean, the craftsmanship on people actually doing currency, you know, this wasn't machine. This was printed by hand. It wasn't. They were printing, and how many obsolete notes were people printing? Right?
Yeah,
Wasn't a
yeah.
machine today like it was today.
I mean, there were two major pre-Civil War. There were two major companies that were printing the money. Was the National Banknote Company and the American Banknote Company. Eventually, the National kind of like got absorbed into the American. I guess they merged. But they would go around to the banks, and the banks were chartered, not like the chartering system we know with the national banknotes.
Yeah.
But they were chartered. They were allowed to print money, and they had, X amount of dollars that you had in your capital you can print money for. Now, the drawback is the farther you got away from that bank, the less that note became accepted, and the less that note became in value, because if you had a $5 note and you were way away from that bank, the guy knows, hey, yeah, it's real, but you know what? I got to ride my horse an hour to get my money.
Yeah.
So I'm only going to give you $3.50 for it.
And that was your first. That was what your first your first obsolete notes. When did you start getting to that?
The obsolete during the silver, when silver was being squeezed, and I was doing my stacking of my silver. Okay. That's when I went in there. Yeah, and it was like I just fell in love with it. It's beautiful money.
Yeah, I got into myself. I got into actually currency deep. Actually, now it's weird, but I've always had, since I was young. Everybody and anybody always collected a $2 note, right? Like, wow, $2! Holy smokes! When you see that, you're like, first thing you do is you put it up. 1976, you're looking at it, you're like, oh my God! You fold it, you put it, you're like, holy shit! Oh my God! Wow, a $2 note! And you're like, wow! You put it away. You think it's like, you think you just found gold. I know. I remember finding that, and I had.
Meanwhile, there's billions of them printed.
Without realizing, like, what's this $2 note? Like, but you think, because it's not something that people are, finding. And I remember having one, and then I had found another one.
Speak of the devil. Hey, speak of the devil.
Hey,
all our currencies in here.
We were just mentioning just pull on currency. What's going on, buddy? Now this is a guy. So let me just quickly just tell you, so I can just let people know, guys. This guy got a crew of guys. Forget about it. Rob and I, compared to this guy here and his crew, it's like, we're like rookies compared to this guy. Him and his crew. We would never challenge, so just to let you know, we just like our currency, so we like to come up here. So just want to let Dan, there's no challenge here. Just want to let you know, because we know you got your guys, and it's the last thing. Rob and I are looking to get whacked from your guys. Just want to let you know that. And normally, I don't know if this guy, you never know, but. Now, these guys are powerful guys. We're going to probably drop later on, probably at the end of the show, we'll drop Paul on Currency's link just so you guys can subscribe. But they are awesome guys. There is really just no competition. Rob and I, we always contact, we always talk, and we always talk about currency. And Rob was like, hey, maybe you want to do a show. And I'm like, yeah, but, Rob, we got Dan and those guys out there. We could get clipped. And it's like the last thing I want to do is, every time Navy Rob said, hey, hold on, I'm a Navy guy. I know how to handle it. I said, all right, Rob, I'll leave it up to you. So just to let you know, Dan, you got this guy.
Yeah, we ain't trying to move in on your territory.
With you and the crew, you know what I'm saying? And you got the crew. You got Ontario. You got Stu Beck and Dustin. Dustin, you great guys. These guys are great. I love actually watching them, and it's just so soothing. And the last video, I think that Dan and Stu Beck met at a show, and it was like really good because you get to at least talk to someone who knows about this stuff. I mean, it's great. I mean, look, you collect your coins, you can collect your bully, you collect your mortgage, this and that. But you know, when you get into currency, it's a different world. I mean, it's a totally different world. You got to. It's just obsolete, legal, silver, national. I mean, it's just all over. But
Oh my.
it's a different world to everybody. Yeah. No, you guys started. So we're just kind of just, falling back. We're just rookies, believe it or not, compared to these guys. It's four of them. And listen, it's like me and Rob only make one brain. You got like four of these. They're like Stu Beck out there. It's like out of control. And Dan with his stuff. And, the other two guys, and those are like the soldiers. But, you got the boss and the other boss between Dan and the other guy. So. But yeah, they're great. They're great shows, guys. We'll probably drop their link at the end just because he is here. So it's the last thing I want to say. We're going to drop his link, and we don't drop. So Rob, just to let you know, drop his link because if you don't drop, it's the last thing we're going to have to do. So I know we spoke about that. So let me go back to I used to, like I said, collect the $2 notes, and like I had one or two, and after that I got into silver certificates, collecting tons of them. I was just having them, and I'm like, oh my God, wow, this is. Then knowing what the silver certificates are. So we go back to some of my old videos, explaining what silver certificates are, what it meant to the silver, the gold, and then I started collecting a little couple of obsolete notes. I had one or two, and then before you know it, I started to get into the large notes. And the large notes is what I love. I love the large notes, legal tenders. And, as you see, I actually have a show today, guys, by the way, just to let everybody know. At 3:30, I actually just picked up a 1882 date back. Great steal. I stole it from the guy. Listen, if this guy could have been in a back alley and it would have fell off the back of a truck, forget about it. It would have been great. It would have been awesome. But I'm going to tell you, it was a great thing there. Oh, and you know what, by the way, Dan, let me just actually turn him because, he's in my channel. Dan, if you could actually come in to the top, there's a link, and retired Navy Rob, by the way, you may want to be in his link. Let me drop the link just in case, because we are live here, guys. This is not there you go. Because we have people, but I still have people in my channel over there. So
yeah, if you can come over, I'd appreciate it because I'm trying to get them watch hours up.
Yeah. So, and I actually just dropped the link, Rob's link at the bottom, into my link, by the way, just to let you know. So just to kind of shift over to, I see, I think a couple of people are still in here. Let me just double check. Probably so. Yep. I still have 8 people in my channel, and either they're just watching, but kind of just hit that link and come on over to Retired Navy Rob there. So the link is there. I just dropped it. So let's get back to our obsolete. Like I said, guys, today will be obsolete time, obsolete notes, and we will discuss anything. Anybody is able to drop any questions, and we'll address the question. No hard questions, please. Those hard questions go to Dan and that crew over there. But if you want to start discussing, let's start moving here because we are already 15 minutes in almost, and we got to get going. So let's. I'm gonna just switch. I'm gonna just change my camera around because there we go. Some obsolete notes in the book I just took out. Rob, I don't know if you want to start because you're.
Yeah, let me swing my camera around. I'll do a couple bills and you can do some and then come back to me.
Oh, Silver in the house. How are you, buddy? Now, this is also another guy, by the way. Just a thank guy. He's getting into his national currency. Great mortgage, too, by the way. We'll discuss that later. So, got it. So, yeah, we're going to kind of just just show most of the stuff that's here. I know retired Navy Rob. He's 10 times better than I am with this. Because this is
I just grabbed a handful of obsolete notes.
Yeah.
And let me go ahead and I'll take solo for a moment, and then I'll show a couple bills and we'll bring it over to you. You show some, and I got some more after that.
Yeah. Coin box. Let's go, baby.
Hey.
We got a coin box, which is Etsy Stacker. What's going on, buddy? Mike Pepsi in the house. Let's go. George Campbell. What's going on? Chuck Stacks in the house. We got Lola Davis in the house also. Lola Davis and Jeff Davis.
Okay. So this is one of my older obsolete. It's from 1828. Try to get that to focus. And like I said, the banks printed their own money. Well, they didn't print it. They bought it from the American Banknote Company. And from there, you know, they were allowed to print X amount of money that they had in stock. And just the details on this thing. One of the things I want to point out is if you look at the signature, how it's turned brown, kind of rusty. That's because they use what they call iron gall ink. And because it had iron in it, it rust. But I mean, just even the little details on the bottom there.
On the bottom of the note there?
Yeah, the picture.
Wow.
Coming up, you know, the ones, if you usually look into these, sorry, the camera's not wanting to. Come on, focus.
You know, whenever you have the time to use your camera, you expect it to use it coming clear now, would you?
Yeah, autofocus is horrible.
Yeah, it's.
I mean, just the details on these things. You know, you got Mercury. Back then, they seemed to even have an obsession with Greek gods and goddesses on the money. Here's another one that's from the Farmers Bank of Virginia.
Chuck Stacks got a question here real quick.
Okay, what's the question?
It's up on the posted. Interested in art, just as. I don't know. That's a good question.
I mean, yeah, they would make it really detailed, and it'd be harder to counterfeit, something to look at. What they would also do is, like, if the bank bought the contract with the American Banknote Company, they would also give you one of these that was perfect. It was a proof. You usually have hole punches in the bottom where it was in like a file, and the bank people would compare it against that.
And I think that you received a counterfeit, correct?
I purchased a counterfeit. I was just about to say, if you want to take a look, I have a video out there where I compared a Fugazi against the real note. And when you just look at the real note, it looks real. But when you compare the two face to face, the details are not there in the Fugazi.
Yep, that's right, guys.
Better because that's a Fugazi. All right.
That's right.
But, and like I said, I mean, it's, you know, the crime was always around. Even if you look at the old colonial notes, you see the leaf print on the back. That was an anti-counterfeiting measure. And when we do colonial, we'll cover that as well. But I got one more, and then we'll kick it over to you for a few. This is the State Bank of Michigan. This
Now,
is what they call a remainder
$3
note.
notes. Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, $3 notes are like just something obviously you don't see, right?
Oh yeah,
You don't even
and back then they even went. Some banks printed $1, $2, $3, all the way up to $9 denominations. It's just amazing. But one thing you talk about the anti-counterfeiting. Let me see if I can get this to focus. If you look, going around her, you see where it actually says $1 or $3. I mean, you see how it says that in the words. That was part of the anti-counterfeiting plus the background. Was anti-counterfeiting as well.
That's, one of the things is obviously the $3 notes weren't even in legal tenders or in anything like that, just in all obsolete notes, correct? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. And most of these are bareback because it costs money. So most of your obsolete notes, nothing on the back because it costs more money to print it on the back.
Yeah, which was obviously less valuable as it walked out of the state, correct?
Yeah. Now this, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
This would have been, because after the Civil War, the government said, hey, because the banks wanted to still continue with their own money instead of falling into the federal government. And they said, well, go ahead, but we're going to tax you on it. But there was a loophole, stocks and bonds. So this is actually technically a bond. But that's the way they got around it there.
Obviously, none of these were backed up by anything, correct?
This is from the state. So it was actually by state stocks, public stocks. So you bought a bond in the state basically, and they use it to finance whatever projects, but people then were technically using it as currency, exchanging it with each other. And then when it came time to be mature, the guy that had it at the end would take it and cash it in.
Got it. Now, most of lost my train of thought on that question. I'm going to move on to the next question. And it's funny, and I've been trying to get a $3 obsolete note. I just can't find, it's like everyone, I'm not going to buy an obsolete note. So I like to try to buy graded notes because I think to me it's a little easier for myself. Retired Navy Rob is actually full headed first with obsolete notes.
Oh, yeah.
I could agree with that because most of the time I'm actually saying, hey, what do you think about this obsolete note? This is beautiful, isn't it? And then you got to kind of look up, and I normally kind of look up the notes in. And I have obviously these Facebook that I have to use the book of all books to make sure that I just follow because I'm like, let me just, yeah, he has the volume 1 and I just have to 1782 to the obviously.
And you got your real money.
Right, because then after the Civil War was now the legal tenders notes. And moving on to what we have today.
Hey, who had the question about counterfeits?
Let me go back up. Give me a second. Mike Carney in the house. Let's go, baby. Hell yeah, let's go.
Yeah, and people actually collect counterfeits of Confederate currency.
Chuck Stacks had it. Yeah, this was. Oh yeah, this book here. I don't have this book.
And it shows you the counterfeits and the details to look for, why it's counterfeit. This is a pretty good book to have. But it's funny, something that's counterfeit from back then became a contemporary for a collecting piece. So
now, Rob, you don't have that note, do you?
I don't know where I have it offhand.
And because when he sent it in for grading, that's how they said it was a counterfeit.
Yeah, they came back and told me, nah. Yeah.
Obviously, it came in a body bag, number one, from PMG. They didn't grade it, and it just came in, in its little body bag by itself. And, he had another one that was actually graded, but the one that he thought was going to come back as a higher grade because of the condition of the note, of that obsolete note, well, it came back as a Fugazi counterfeited. So
yeah, it happens.
Yeah. There's another question here. Or do you? I don't know, Rob. What about you? You're more into.
I mean, I don't. There's not any certain one. I'm kind of like all over the board.
Yeah, I'm not.
I like if it's something that appeals to my eye and I see it and I think it's great. That wild hair comes out and it's like I'll buy it.
Yeah, John Jacob. Yeah, I don't have a set preference of, which one I like to kind of go whatever I could afford, and I can't really afford too many notes. They're expensive. So
you can't afford too many because of how much each one of yours cost.
Well, I'm trying to meet the guy in the alleyway. You know what I'm saying? That's probably the only thing. But no, I mean, to be honest with you, I don't have a preference myself. I don't, I kind of just collect what I like to see, and if I feel like I'm getting a great deal, you know what I'm saying? So I always try to get things at a pretty decent deal. I mean, who does it, right? At this point, especially when if you have a $500 note, you know that it's costing you 12. If you could pick it up for $900 and hit somebody over the head, sure, you're gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? Why not? But Robert, Mike Cardi, Mike Cardi, what's going on? I was thinking of Robert Caldwell. For some reason, he just popped into my eye. John Jacob, what's going on, buddy? So, and AZ Coins, how are you, buddy? Yeah, so I personally don't have. I just like to kind of collect. I think that notes are, beautiful note. This is one of my favorite notes, which was only a grade. And I bought this graded already. This wasn't something that it was not, I didn't buy this and then send it in. So I normally don't deal with PCGS. Somebody's about to say something, but I don't really send in stuff for grading with PCGS. I don't.
Yeah, that's a beauty.
Yeah, this is actually an expensive note, believe it or not. It is in the book. It was, and I've understood this was from back in the. It is actually in the book itself, so there's a lot to it. When this was printed, I gotta read the whole entire thing, but this is one of my South Carolina. And I was actually asked, what happened?
I was going to say, can you focus in on that 5? Bring it up close. The 5 on the upper right-hand corner. I want to see the detail behind it.
Oh, this one here on the right hand.
Yeah, that's awesome. Those for us older people, those spiral graph drawings in the back were anti-counterfeiting measures as well. But yeah, that's a beautiful bill.
Yeah. And to be honest with you, this note, I don't know, but I didn't really pay that much, but it is one of the higher notes. You know, if I could find this in a higher grade, I would and get rid of this because I don't really like to. I'm not like I said, I'm not a PCGS person. Um, but I did find it and it was here. But this is one of the notes that I actually looked at a long
I'll
time
give you
ago.
face value for it.
No, well, face value may be a little lower. I would have to kind of look at the comps for that, by the way. But I know one of my favorite, and this note, by the way, guys, this note I've had for years. This note here, and I've been trying to get the $10, the $20, and every single time. But this is one of my obsolete notes that I actually love, and the detail of it, which I mean, just look at the entire detail. You know, it is just something. The work on it, I mean, it is just completely. And again, I think it's the same $5 note on almost, not quite, but similar to the other one. That was. So, I mean, you know, the work, you know, that's one thing. The work on these notes is just, it is just really, really beautiful notes, by the way, which I'm going to probably wind up sending this to get reholdered, by the way. I sometimes send these back, the notes to get them reholdered, because I don't like the way sometimes they look. But if we could just focus, it's under the act. Why does somebody always text me while I'm streaming? Nobody ever calls while I'm not. Always when I'm busy. So, this note, this is one of the notes that I had for many years, and of course, I'm not going to really explain it because I don't really collect too much obsolete. I think these are my 4 notes in obsolete. Some of them I had that I got rid of; they were ungraded. But were you talking about this one, Rob, the other day? I mean, the last time we were talking, this was a Treasury note.
Yeah, that one there is obsolete, absolutely. That's Virginia. That's probably, that is actually Confederate, probably, if you look at the date. It's probably like 1863, 1864.
Oh,
62? Okay.
yeah.
So that's, so what, during the Confederate time, you had the Confederate States of America. They had currency, and then each of the states kind of had their own currency. So it was state-backed, but it all became pretty worthless after the fall.
So again, will this still be considered backed up? No.
Yeah, that was Confederate currency basically. It was owned by the state because it was issued by the state, but it was 1862. And if you look at that, it may even say that it'd be payable, that it can be redeemed in Confederate CSA, because I have a couple of them.
Yeah, it would. It does say it there, but that's. I think I was having that discussion with you. I think it was with you, if I'm mistaken. But I think we were talking about this. I'm trying to think if it was you, but if it was actually because it said 62 on it.
Yeah.
So this note had me really in a loophole, and I didn't go around checking to see if, which I should have, but obviously, you know, when you come to work unprepared or you come to school unprepared, that's what happens, right?
Because you know it's all you know, fall's all in there obsolete, but that was issued by the state.
Right, but that's what I was asking. I think you last time was because this was 62 and it was payable. Did it have anything to do with sort of like the legal tender notes? Was it
Yeah.
in that category? No, because it's
No, no,
treasury. No?
it was just backed by the state.
Okay.
Like I have a lot of during that time frame from the state of Georgia or the state of Alabama.
Yeah, well, yeah, this was one note that will just threw me through a loophole for some reason. I don't know why. I just couldn't catch anything on this note. And again, once I said, we'll put it to the side. This is not my note, but how I got it or where I got it from, I don't remember. I don't know how it came in.
AZ coins. So AZ coins, Hawaiian notes. Now, are you talking about the emergency currency, which are cool, or the actual Hawaiian government notes, which are way beyond my pocketbook? But I think they're beautiful if you're talking about those. The Hawaiian emergency currency, yes, they're very collectible. Definitely the $5 bill. While the others, there were like 16 million printed of each of the other denominations. The $5 bill of the Hawaiian emergency currency was only like 9 million. So they're really worth more. But the obsolete Hawaiian currency from when they were their own nation, basically. Yeah, there's some beautiful notes there. This is right up there with the Texas currency as well. I love that.
Now, Rob, did they have what other notes did you have that I think you wanted to show? Did you have any?
Yeah, let's see. I got a couple here. Yeah, I'm going to bring a couple more up. Let me make myself big.
That's what she said.
Hey, it was already there. I'm not a shower, I'm a grower, you know?
Now, this note here is really something. This is a nice one.
Yeah, it's from Massachusetts. But, you have the ship scenes on there. And even down there, you got the tall ship.
Now, a note like this, what's sort of the value to this note that you're looking at? Because I hate to keep calling you, hey, Rob, you think this is a good...
This one's not too bad. I paid $25 for it.
Okay.
This was a while back.
So let me ask you something, so that way everybody could know where is, because if you go on eBay, and I want to use eBay as an example, if somebody says to you, I'm going to buy, an obsolete note, how do they know whether they're going to get a Fugazi or not, right? That's one of the biggest things.
It's a risk,
Because when you're not, if it's not graded, or how do we know? Just like what happened to you, right? And
I bought that one off eBay. It was a good deal I got it for, but if it was real, it would have been a good deal. But I didn't pay too much. But you stay to your reputable dealers. If you have a local coin shop in your area that sells currency, that's good. Online, heritage auctions, Stack and Bowers. You stick with the reputable people. Things that you can throw your hands on, always best.
Well, that's one of the things that, because a lot of people may then just turn around and get kind of, disappointed if picking up the note, you want to at least pick up to make sure at least that it's real, right? You don't want to pick up something that's like I said, a fake. Then you may get disappointed if you haven't decided to say, hey, I may want to get rid of these notes. I have just so many obsolete notes I want to get rid of, and then they run into a guy like you that's really checking, and there is no, it's like, okay, this kind of looks fake and this doesn't, so nobody really knows unless, one, they have that book, but two, if it's something that's actually, to me, I think graded, because not everybody could tell what's a real note, especially that would happen, the one that happened to you. And like I said, the one that you had that was graded, we would have never known, right? I mean,
No.
you didn't know either. And it was just those little details afterwards to see that. And that's how you were like, wow.
Even the paper felt on spot, paper for the time period.
Yeah.
It happens. Yeah. But
what other note did you have?
let me bring this one up. I'll bring up a fractional from the obsolete time. This is from New York. And, it came down to, once again, the money, the coin shortage, the coinage, the shortage of that. They printed paper to take its place. I mean, just the detail even on the steer there is pretty cool. This one's from 1862.
And that's obviously like with the fractional currency.
Yeah. Now, there's a New York bank that was tied to a Hungarian revolution, and the money they raised kind of helped fund the failed revolution at the time. But these look like they're foreign notes, but they're actually issued within the States with a New York bank. And EG Fornet is like one Fornet. But I mean, the detail on this as well, and that's Hungarian, so don't ask me what it says.
I thought you knew how to read Hungarian, no?
No.
Okay. My apology. I thought it was. I had the wrong guy.
Yeah, it wasn't me. But I know a guy.
Yeah.
I mean, just the details.
Well, I tell you, maybe that guy Mike Pepsi knows how to read Hungarian. I think he knows. This is Mike Pepsi up in the house.
And they had a $2 bill one as well. Ket Fornet. So it's all pretty cool.
Yeah. And now the obsolete fractionals were the same concept as the other fractionals that we had, right?
Yeah, that's the only one I had up.
Did you have what about that other note? There was another note you had there. Was it the $100 one? You had a $100 one, correct?
Up tonight, no. Or up today, no.
No?
Nah.
Maybe I could be wrong. All right. Well, I don't know what else you have on obsolete, because of course there's so much to talk about obsolete notes. I only have a few little stack on obsolete notes. Definitely for sure I'm not an obsolete person, like my legal tenders and everything else. So I don't know if you have any other ones to show.
I got two more that I had brought out. Let me go ahead and bring those two up. This one here is kind of like one of my favorites because We're looking at the 1840s, I believe it was. I don't have my glasses on. But they call this the Elvis note.
Oh, that one. I remember that one. Elvis. So yeah, that was Elvis, who was.
He was a time traveler, you know. He went back and became a glass blower.
That's exactly.
He needed the money.
He said no. He was just dancing away.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
So, but I mean, this one here, the Manual Labor Bank in Philadelphia, this one was like, it was like a company store bank. You know, you worked for the glass company, you got paid in this script, you spent, and it, conveniently right next door to the bank, there were 2 stores. Yeah, hey, Scratch and Go, I don't think I have the games turned on at the moment. I should have. But you know, it was right next door, so you spent the money right there, right back into the system at probably a company store, way higher prices. But it ended up that the owner of the company embezzled like buku dollars from this place, and you know, ruined or thousands of people's lives.
Aspen, what's going on? Frank Johnson family, what's going on? And if you guys are in my channel, if you want to head over to Retired Navy Rob, we're over there.
Yeah, Chuck Stacks. All the cursive on that bill does make it look like a lot of graffiti on it. There's a lot of going on there. It's a very busy.
Security Trust and Real Estate. 500. What is that? 5,000? No, 500. No, 5,000. Right?
What's that?
What it says on top of that note there?
That's the capital of the bank, I think.
Okay.
500,000. So you're looking 500,000 in like 1837.
37? Wow.
Yeah. So 1837, 500,000 was a lot of money.
500,000. I mean, I'm more than sure you could buy the entire. What can you do with 500,000? Back in 1837, probably a lot.
Yeah, you could buy a lot back then. Let me see something here real quick.
How much property you could have bought? How much currency you? I mean, that would be so much stuff back then.
Yeah, I mean it's just ridiculous. I mean you're looking what a person made like maybe $1 a week, $2 a week. Maybe.
If that, if they even made that. If they even made that kind of money at that time.
Yeah, I mean, it was ridiculous. And the last one I got to just throw up there real quick is from the Bank of England. This is a remainder note. Remainder notes, like I said, they were never circulated. They were never signed. They were just cut, ready to be signed and issued. Yeah. Always wondered why they had the shipbuilding industries.
Wow,
Can you imagine building those ships by hand?
Oh yeah. Well, that was real work, right? I mean, how
And there was
No,
no
that
union protection, so you hurt yourself. Guess what? You were out of money. Your family starved.
yeah. No union. You couldn't call anybody. There was no. I mean, you were done. If
Yeah, I
people
mean,
didn't really,
you still had the ball system going on like they did up in Massachusetts. But, so everyone, while we're talking, if you can type in pound gall, I'm giving away 2 copper rounds at the end. And Scratch and Go, I gotta go. Oh, it is turned on. Okay, I didn't think it turned on. Cool. So the games did turn on.
there was no benefits. You got it. There was no benefits. There was no dental. There was no. Well, did you type it in there, Rob?
Yeah, I did. I had it as also for the Nightbot to bring it up.
You put hashtag GA? Is that what you're putting?
Yeah,
Okay.
but
So, guys, yeah. And, of course, anybody that's in my channel has to come and retire name with Rob to win on any of this.
let me see. Yeah, so far it looks like StreamYard's only picked up 1, so I'm going to restart it.
Yeah. We have to redo it again. Yeah, well, as Visa says, hey, I like my ships. But, you know, give me 1 second. Hold on. Did you call me?
Okay, so if you haven't already, type it in again, the gall. I got 6 entries so far. It looks like I have 17 people in my stream. Or actually, yeah, there's 4 people over in Big Apples. I don't know if it will pick you up on the gall or not if you're over there. You're muted.
Oh, of course I know I'm muted. It won't be picked up.
Talking to
That's what
yourself.
happens when you go live. I was just kind of just talking to myself. So when you're live doing this, you expect all your, you know. May want to move your camera over to you. Is that Mikey back there? Mike Pepsi? Looks like it's Mike Pepsi back there. That is Mike Pepsi. I knew that was in there.
Mikey put on mute.
Oh, you gotta love this place. Mike Pepsi now. All right. Anybody else that's in my channel, I don't know. It seems like there's still 5 people over there watching on that side. Yeah, you guys would have to hit that link and head over to Retire Name with Rob if you want to join into this GA here.
And just what I'm giving away, it's just 2 copper rounds.
Good, bro.
One is the USS Constitution. The camera is not doing detail to it, but it is pretty nice, pretty detailed. And then I got a generic Indian head copper round.
Not bad, not bad. And it's going to be 2 separate winners, correct?
Yeah, there's going to be 2 separate winners.
Got it. So we're going to be running this twice. And of course, if you win the first time, if your name does pop up on the second time, well,
I think StreamYard will remove them from it if they win.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. Give it a few more seconds here.
Yeah, Aspen, I think you are in the wrong channel. I don't know if you are in Retiring with Rocks. Let me just make sure. Yes, you are in the wrong channel. If you're going to hit that link, because anybody that's in my channel with the GA would have to be hitting that link. Gotta hit that link.
Give it a few more minutes for the last couple stragglers to enter.
There we go. Now you're in here. I'm like, wait, hold on, Aspen. What's going on? You're in the wrong channel. Yeah. So THS in the house. Let's go, baby. Yeah, so guys, we're gonna try. So if we could run the first one, here we go. There you go. You're in the right channel. Look what happens when you come into the right channel. You win.
Is that a pain in the ass?
Yep.
Okay, so a pain in the ass. Please give me an email. There's my email address.
Yeah, pain in the ass. Yes. I don't want to say it that way, but
it took me a moment.
yeah, I know.
All right, so let's go ahead and draw the second one.
Yeah.
Oh, Mike Pepsi.
Mike Pepsi, of course, Mike Pepsi. Guy wins more guys than anything else. Mike Pepsi in the house. Mike.
Yeah, Mike, I might still have your address, but go ahead and email me.
Yeah, Mike, this is Mike. By the way, this is Mike when he gets up in the morning, guys. This is what he does. Mike Pepsi. Look at him. Go, Mike. Hell yeah, Mike. That's Mike. Way to go, Mike.
Must be the Big Apple.
Yeah, it's me. All right. Yeah, so.
But hey, everyone.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, I was just going to say, I mean, we appreciate you coming. For our first time around, I think we didn't do too bad. We're going to get better, we promise.
Yeah, this is like rookie night today, guys. This is rookie. We're just trying to get our stuff together here, with the notes and try to, get the right stuff together. But we will be here next week, 11 a.m., guys. Stop by, hit that thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to Rob, subscribe to Rob. We may not be, probably next week we'll probably do the same channel. Mine, just so everybody come up, but soon we'll just be doing Rob's channel, not having both channels. LB Silver, what's going on, buddy? Which LB Silver, just to let you know. Kind of hit that link on the bottom, on the top there, and head over to Retired Navy Rob. Guys, again, every Friday at 11 a.m., we will be talking about currency. Next week, we will be, I think we'll post it, right, Rob? I think we'll be posting it if you want.
Yeah, I'll be getting that up in a little bit.
Yeah, we'll be posting it, guys, just to kind of let you guys know what we're going to be talking about, because sometimes maybe you guys may not want to hear about maybe silver certificates or maybe, I don't know, national, who knows? You know, so we'll be discussing different things at different times. Also, probably addressing a couple of things, even on grading, and one of the things that I want to actually talk to Rob about, which probably we'll be talking about next week, is actually probably, I don't know, but I'll give you guys a surprise. I won't say anything now, so I'll wait. You know, yeah. Other than that, I don't know if you have anything else, Rob.
No, that's all I got. Thank you all for coming. Please email me your addresses that you winner, so I can get these out in the mail for you.
Yeah. So, guys, thanks a lot. We appreciate everybody stopping in today for the first time of a pilot. So it's great. Guys, don't forget today at 3:30, I should be doing an unboxing and be talking about also an entire Benji book that I have.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I may be doing a buck and go on an entire Benji book. Maybe. I don't know. So I don't want anybody to get crazy, because I know that when it comes to Benjis, and when it does come to Benjis, this guy here, he gets a little crazy. So I don't want to really, I don't want really him to get upset. But yes, guys, I want to thank you. Ashley Swag, what's going on? Ashley, if you can hit Retired Navy Rob, we will be up next week. Actually, by the way, happy birthday to Ashley, by the way. Happy birthday. I know I was at work. I think they had some little event that sees, or was it yesterday? No, it was the day before. I don't know what day it was. They had something on Steve, and I was at work for the 12th. So, guys, I want to appreciate again everybody that's coming in, and we will be here next week. And don't forget, guys, I also have an event, and actually, I know that you're on one of my races coming up on the 24th of May. Just to let you guys know, it's a big thing, by the way. So a lot of people that are members, kind of just get there early, because you may enjoy it. So everybody, Retired Navy Rob and myself and this guy here, please got to be careful with him. We want to thank everybody for coming in. Yes, that's right, Ashley. Even though you're still in my channel, it's okay. But yes, for the 3 months, because as she said, I'm 3 months. She is at 3 months to my channel. Sorry about that, Rob. We're gonna get Rob to that point. But yes, we do have and Rob and KY100. KY, I don't know if KY. Oh yeah, Kentucky John is in here. Kentucky John, welcome. Even though it is over, Kentucky John probably just woke up. That's probably why he just walked in, because I know KY very well. So KY, thanks a lot for stopping in. Anyway, don't forget to hit that like button for us, KY. Yes. And guys, again, take care, and of course, brush your hair. And we are out of here. Rob?
Before we go, remember to check out Polar Currency.
Oh, that's right. And we will drop the link. You're going to drop the link afterwards?
Yeah, I'll put it in the regular comments afterwards.
Yeah, when you go afterwards, right? You want to drop it now or drop it?
Can you get it up there real quick?
I'll get it up there, yeah. Hold on. I'm going to get Polar Currency right now. Hold on, guys. So if you guys haven't subscribed to these guys, like I said, Polar Currency, these guys are the professionals.
Oh, yeah.
Ty, Navy, Rob, and I, we're just rookies here compared to these guys, because these guys are good.
Yeah, so, Polar Currency has like PBS quality.
Yeah, like they really Like Dan does his homework, man. Dan really does his homework on everything, and it's not like Retired with Rob and I. We come up here unprepared just to show our ass, I guess. But yeah, guys, there is his link, by the way, Polar Currency. So if you haven't subscribe to Polar Currency. Great guy. These guys are good. He has his entire crew of guys. By the way, now Ashley is in here. Ashley is in here now. Thank you, Ashley. Yeah, great guys, and they only just talk. They do nothing but currency. I know Retired with Rob and I also do a lot of the Morgans, the numismatic part, and so does Rob also. But Rob has now shifted over to a lot of currency. I have not. I'm still in the middle. I'm still lost. I'm lost in space.
And we'll be covering both.
Yeah. We'll be covering a little bit of both, but more on the currency side, because this is what this will be about. So, anything else? Should we tell everybody to take care, brush your hair, please? Let me know. You ready?
Yes, sir.
Your hair. All right, guys. Take care, everybody. Now, like I said, take care, brush your hair. We hope you guys enjoy. Next week, 11 o'clock. See you later, guys.
Y'all keep stacking too.
That's right.